past 5 years, that means average in the 6 years I was there was electricity. Now, this is 2 years after my tenure, so that means something is amiss. Yes, the initial challenge, we had a great deal, and light was reinstated, and also there was this issue, controversy around billing, estimated billing. Estimation of billing is not the right mechanism. And part of the expectations from the discourse is that they will meter their customers so that you actually pay. So you don't allow, particularly my constituency as it was then, or as it is now, though not under my leadership, it remains largely agrarian environment, such that they are not such a heavy energy consuming these things that in the houses. The fourth line first has been on the part of the EEDC, which I engaged them. I will come and do enumeration. Do enumeration, find out the households. In my community, they are giving bills close to 190 something million. So how did these bills come up? We had an arrangement. It is your fault, it's not my fault. In fact, I'm supposed to have the electricity free for your default. But for you to come, whether you give me supply or no electricity supply, come and bill people, it's wrong. So that allocation, by the end of the day, they understood themselves and, we started benefiting from light. Now, the major issues, again, other major issue they had was a vegetative cover. Trees were disrupting their light, so that in the rainy period, trees will fall. In the maintenance, I now told them, it is high time you stopped using these kinds on ad hoc level. Why don't you recruit these youths? Let them man these lines, clear the vegetative cover so that you can have your electricity supply. Engage them. Stop engaging them on ad hoc basis. So that wasn't done. I provided as a solution. So we're on that back of further arrangement until elections came and left. Now, beyond that, if you observe, we're not asking the right questions. There are some responsibilities that EEDC is yet to carry out, to fulfill, to ensure steady supply of light. By now, by arrangement, EEDC is expected to have a booster station because this light travels from E2. That feeds us this way. And EEDC, it gets 9% of the electricity supplies, the entire southeast, though which is low. But the 9% that he gets, he has the responsibility to go to the GENCOs, TCN, to negotiate. Because the much energy you buy, that means the much quantity and the much megawatts per hour of light you can supply to homes. So I don't think they are doing the right thing. So that is really the fundamental issue that should be addressed. How much available of electricity does he have? Does he purchase? So these are issues, these are burning points, these are focal points, these are questions our state actors should be asking. And also, what is the location of the mega cap? Ohafia is under 11 kV. It's under 11 kV. What is the mega cap on Ohafia? Is it enough? We have army barracks. So I'm sure that those are issues to be talked. You also talk about Abreba. I'm sure Abreba mega cap is no more than a 60 energy mega cap, which is not enough. Ohafia with the barracks, I think it's about 159 or 160 mega cap. So how will those lights come? Between us and Arochukwu, we have Arochukwu 1 and Arochukwu 2, which is Abam and Arochukwu proper. It's covered by 33 kV. That 33 kV, I think one is getting 90, one is getting 50 something mega cap. If you aggregate them, it's about 140 something. So with that level of allocation, there's no way you can have steady power supply. These are technical issues that our representatives should be looking at. Our state actors, even the state governor, also should be concerned. Like I said, Ohafia is rapidly growing into an urban center, and electricity is key. It centers around whatever development you're looking at. We center around empowerment so that the SMEs can grow. You can't grow SMEs without talking about energizing them. Today, the subsidy removal has practically made it impossible for some of the electricity-based who initially ordinarily will go for source for alternatives through generators. The liter of fuel is about 1,000 and something naira. Who would be able to run a generator completely for it? How much is this person going to make? Assuming doing the barbing salons and all these co-rooms and all those. So those things are issues that has made it mandatory that electricity should form the focal point. So I expect our state actors to start the process of engagement to discover, one, the electricity that is being allocated from bulk electricity or from TCN through EEDC engagement with them. Is it enough? What is EEDC doing to show up that they have adequate even supply? With what we have now, if we hook Ohafia, make a gap for Ohafia, from my projection, Ohafia requires about 500 megawatts per hour. So those things are engagements that we should start talking about to ensure that the right thing is being done. Yes, the infrastructure too that carries the transformers, the high tension cables and all those things that are under steady vandalization and all those stuff. It is the responsibility of EEDC to protect their equipment. It is our own responsibility to pay them for electricity. We are the consumers. So passing the buck to us as part of the reason is not this. So I will want EEDC to wake up and take it seriously, because Ohafia is a big market and it's unfortunate there is no competitor as to speak now. They have just allocated all these things to regions for them to behave they want to behave. That is one of the dangers of monopoly. So I want our people to start putting their mind on asking questions and ensure that the EEDC itself has adequate supply. It can megawatts it can supply to the hinterland. So that is the synopsis of that, why they intensify their efforts to patrol their lines, ensure that they render their services. It's part of their service contract to the people, and they don't have any reason. They should protect the equipment. It's not our responsibility. They should have the manpower. I also record the fact that we have youths that they could easily train as part of corporate social responsibility. They can latch on that CSR and engage all those youths to protect those equipment and also patrol their lines to ensure that the facilities carrying the light does not have any defect. And those ones that are bad, they should, as quick as possible, rectify them and put them back to work. It is their responsibility without further delay. You see, estimated billing is criminal. estimated billing. You see, those are the things the representative should know. You cannot justify that. I had that scenario I challenged the man. I said, it is not my fault that you have not metered me. You should give me light free. That is what the NEC Act says. Go and check the Nigeria Electricity Regulation Commission as established. It is not your fault. They want to give you light free. You should meter your customers. It is part of their responsibility. I heard that when he said they cut off, I said, go and put back the light. How do you arrive at that 2 billion? How? What is the calculation? Through estimated billing now? So it is wrong. No matter any claimantship, it is wrong. Until he meters. You are supposed to meter every home. Well, people will not pay accurately. Not every month, you just write, this is what you do today, because you don't have enough energy. You're not even buying enough energy. You're not even getting enough energy to supply to the people. With just 1 hour, you ration light, maybe switch off one city and now send that light into one village. The light will just come after 1 hour. Under your load shedding, which you call rationing, you just load shed again, off and switch back. The next day they come and bring you. The day in my village, I had a meeting with the man. I said, I'm aware these village women, they contribute money, they pay monthly. The question to be asked is this: if there is no means that these people give you light, where do you get the ones you supply if they are not paying? And also, if they are not paying, how do you now arrive at the situation that you have 2 billion or whatever billion you are quoting? How did you get it? So it is based on estimation. It's not on real value. So it can be high, it can be low. I sat them down here. I said, go and do a reconciliation. Come and enumerate these houses you are talking about. When they enumerated, they discovered that what they were quoting was not the same. And I said, every month, every community, they used to charge monies. These monies they pay on monthly and give to your staff. And that they don't pay them into the account. I said, whose responsibility is that? The community has discharged their responsibility and given to agents, your staff. Who engages them? Is it not you that engages them? If the money doesn't get to you, then go back and ask your staff, what were you doing in 1 month that monies were not given? Okay, come back to those villages. So you see that when they lack the internal control mechanism, the villagers become vicariously liable to their inefficiencies. So the improper planning should not constitute an emergency to the constituents. And the representative should have that at the back of his mind and advise them that no, you don't even need anyone. What is the evidence? So there are channels, available to address all these misgivings. And it's just about striking the right course. So that was why I was able to maintain them and confront them, and we had light at least 6 years at stretch. When we had no light in Abam, the man I met, the CEO, we talked, we agreed, we quarreled, we settled, and eventually what I asked to do, they came and did it. So it is not the fault of our constituents that they have not metered them. So the right questions and the right things should be done by EEDC. If they have vandalized your distance, so you now close shop. So they're not being fair to the people. So I expect and I advise the representative to ask that they come and whatever thing that has done wrong, they should come and correct it. And he should particularly write later, drag them to Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission. It is their responsibility. Complain. When that thing happened, I took them to NEC. Immediately I took them to NEC, we came back to drawing board and resolve those issues. So I will advise him to write these issues should be tabled before NEC. Let them come and prove to NEC how Ohafia people are owing 2 billion naira and what parameter. So it is key that the representative starts engaging the relevant government agencies on that on that matter. EEDC has been sold. It's a private company. The only thing you can talk to is to talk to the regulators. Let the regulators make sure they do the right thing. And also ask this question: what is the energy cap for Ohafia and Arochukwu Federal Constituency? Then by that, then what is the actual energy requirement? If it gives you data on energy cap for Ohafia and the actual energy consumption that is needed, when you check the two, you can now see where the problem is.
But there's a substation in Arochukwu and one in Ohafia, a substation. And I noticed, because I made some investigation, I noticed most of them have been also vandalized. The one in Arochukwu and the one in Ohafia.
Like I said,
before the former Minister of Power came with the senator, they came to Arochukwu also, Ohafia, then another one in Chicago. So,
those were substations that were being built. Those were energy injection stations that are being built, which I'm not sure they have been energized. So maybe people went in to vitalize but the existing one that is under the management of EEDC, what has happened to them? The local substations they have, transformers and all this, and their lines. Their lines today, most of the transmission towers are on the ground. So those ones, what has stopped them from, re-erecting those poles that are falling on ground? Those things are very dangerous. Their presence is not felt. Beyond the fact they're now supplying light, the infrastructure are all collapsed. So they should start doing something. I mean, they can't transmit power if those things are on ground. So beyond that vandalization, so what are they happening? What are they doing?